The sadness, the anger, the frustration, the anxiety, building and building. How can one experience the emotional guidance system in a more peaceful, more harmonious way? What a time to be in, where all these cycles merge, where all hybrids come together, all DNAs, all streams slowly aligning, becoming one, where you all move toward being the beacon of light, sending waves throughout the galaxies for millions of your Earth years to come. You are all capable, you are all ascended masters. You are just awakening and aligning to it. Something shifts in your DNA, you start to express more the fullness and the entirety of you.
Thank you. That was a gift to us. Thank you.
Hey, welcome. I'm Ken. I'm an intuitive guide, quantum channeler, and energy healer. We just had another Inner Circle event, a channeled transmission with ANAK, one of my favorite entities and higher level guides to connect with. It was so interesting. I'll have to go back and just look at the replay and delve into all the information that was shared. But I believe ANAK was bringing forth information about the cycle of the earth, the new energy that is being made available to us that we are moving toward. And we ended off with a little exercise, a practical exercise for people to actually help manage all these contrasting energies, which I found quite interesting and unexpected. So yeah, there's also that. I believe you'll definitely enjoy this. So without further ado, see you there. I'm going to invite everyone just to take a deep, mindful breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again in and out. One more time in, and on the exhale, sigh. Good day to you all. We are ANAK. We wish to express how excited and how grateful we are to connect with each and every one of you in this way. Kenneth tells us you are eagerly awaiting to converse. And to this we say, we eagerly await to converse with you. We would also like to share a few words. In this time that you have all decided to partake in this moment, in this shift, in Earth's cyclic, continuous rhythm through which you have all decided to be a part. We say, what an exciting time it is it not? The time of all cycles, of so many different stream consciousnesses, so many different soul groups, coming finally together with all their contrast, finally coming to the point of a resolution. And many may wonder, but how is this possible? For all I now see is pain, strife, difficulty, and the lack of a resolution. Fickle thing, duality. Not for those who lack being brave. In other words, imagine your strength coming over and over again to work through all these karmic cycles. We use this word simply to illustrate what we mean, but not to condone, encourage, or promote the continuation of karma, the concept known as karma. Nevertheless, we acknowledge all the patterns, all the cycles that you have bravely come to experience. But what a time to be in, a time where all these cycles merge, where all these different beings of consciousness start to experience harmony, a time where you all move toward being the beacon of light, sending waves throughout the galaxies, becoming and moving into your role as the next hybrid, not only accepting being the sixth hybrid, but moving and awakening to being the seventh, that where all hybrids come together, all DNAs, all streams slowly aligning, becoming one, becoming the spiritual light in the dark, a beacon for millions of your earth, space and time years to come. So with that, we ask, how can we be of service to this growth that you are partaking in? This experience to rediscover yourself more fully, more truly, and therefore expressing more and more of you and awakening more and more of your genetic material, more and more of your spirit, so that you can be that light. What questions do you wish to ask on your journey of expansion?
After cutting energetic ties that no longer serve me, how do I find new connections and relationships that are more in line with my vibration?
We like this word you've used, cutting. Is there such a thing to cut one's energetic ties, to cut themselves from all of that they are? We wish to shift this word cutting simply due to its connotations, simply due to its old understandings, and say, how about we exchange it for the word shift? Shifting energetic ties, transmuting them, if you will, and tuning to reality that is now more in resonance with the path you wish to walk, the path which you want to experience. So the question being, how can I now move into a reality or connect with those that are more in alignment with me. We ask, what does that feeling of alignment feel like? We ask, is there such a thing as finding or just attuning to? We ask, what are you doing currently now to feel in alignment with yourself? To feel in alignment with the vibrations and the reality you wish to feel, you wish to experience, you wish to associate with. If the answer is, I'm doing the things that I find interest in, I find intrigue in, that I find joy in, I'm following the thoughts and the patterns that best serve me, I'm choosing to embrace the experience that is unfolding. If that is the answer, then there is no need to find anything at all. It will be simply something you allow in as an experience. But you may wonder, ANAK, where is that practical application in that? We understand. We have associated with physical experiences too. But we wish to encourage the understanding that you are creating the experience and that all the realities are existing co-currently and that you are choosing the bubble that you experience co-currently. And all those frequencies that are not resonant with yours, you may ask, if I am truly in alignment, yet I am still experiencing something that does not feel resonant, then what growth, what information, and what experience is that bringing me so that I can learn from it? But if one does not feel truly and utterly in alignment, not truly following those small niggles, those small curiosities, those small synchronicities of what one enjoys, of what one chooses to experience, then the question remains, how do I be more of who I really want to be? What can I do in this moment now to experience me? Can I ground? Can I do something that feels more homely, that feels in alignment with me, so that I can attune to that frequency?
How do I signal to myself I need to get grounded when I start to get emotionally charged?
Very good question. What is the signs? What is the feelings when you feel emotionally charged?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I'm already get to a space and don't know how I got there.
Ah, the unconscious creation, something that is quite prevalent amongst many of you. The art of awareness is an interesting thing. It involves being aware, of course. But the question is, if you haven't realized that you are not in a state of presence until that very moment you become aware of that state? How do you be more mindful so that you can more quickly be aware of that shift and change? Well, what leads you to being aware eventually? Is it because the emotion becomes too uncomfortable? Is it because certain situations trigger more within you? So if it's the emotion, the sadness, the anger, the frustration, the anxiety building and building, and eventually when it's too much you notice, we say this is the emotional guidance system. This is it serving its purpose. But the question remains, how can one experience the guidance system in a more peaceful, more harmonious, perhaps, way? And that is through awareness, that is through grounding, that is through consistent, habitual thinking. But should you wish to increase the frequency of your awareness, to increase the rate at which you become aware, it is through the practice of presence. Yes, this may sound obvious and simple, but it is. It may not be easy at first, but it is simple nonetheless. So, when you enter upon this state, and you are aware of it, would be step 1. Then step 2 would be, how does one ground these excess energies easier? Well, if you are practicing presence throughout the day, if you are taking little moments for calibration, as is always recommended, to attune to you, simply looking upon the windowsill and realizing you are experiencing this life. You are not involved in the problems that are set right before you, that are laid upon you, in the notifications, in the requests, in the needs of so many others. But realizing you are experiencing it all would be step 1. Then step 2, what allows me to transmute these excess energies so that I can feel less charged? That is individual for all. For many different things resonate and align with your own frequency sets, your own vibrational DNA sets. But we would recommend you try simply attuning to the physical, feeling your feet on the ground and attuning yourself to Gaia consciousness by focusing upon your navel, looking through your belly button, and feeling at the same time your feet, and letting all excess energies wash down. The state of relaxation in the body allows the state of relaxation through the physiology, through the chemistry, and therefore a raised and improved alignment with your spirit, through which it can help bring through more presence, more understanding, more light.
How do I go about awakening the organic intelligence of my organs, especially those that need healing?
The The healing of the physical, the healing of your body. Well, we'd say the starting place is understanding the system, is understanding your participation in the system. So if you understand that your body is not separate from you, but an expression of you, would be step one. And then understanding that anything that you wish not to experience in the physical, being expressed in a physical way, is because you are participating in that paradigm. So if you are participating in that paradigm, you ask, what is the reason I would want to participate in such a paradigm that is discomforting and that is not something I wish to experience? Well, we say, good question. Why? And through that, you can look to find the answer. Through that, you can understand better why you are experiencing this paradigm, because it is not without purpose. It is not through coincidence. It is something you are experiencing because you wish to, because you have chosen to. So what is the purpose if it's not something that you enjoy feeling? And how can you make peace with its purpose? How can you make peace with its current state? Because if you're at a lack of peace, and the only way to tap into organic intelligence is through harmony, then how do you get from a disharmonious state into a harmonious one? And that would be through acceptance, allowance, and making peace. Does that answer your question sufficiently?
Almost.
Almost.
There's a follow-up question.
Go ahead.
If doctors understood that concept, they would be able to work with their patients on a different level, trying to find out the root cause of the ailing organ or whatever from a different perspective. So my question is, are we moving towards that, where our doctors, even our scientists, will understand that concept and embrace it?
There is much awakening happening on your planet right now. There's much change, much shifts that are currently unfolding. And so, of course, yes, there will also be awakening with even those that don't seem to be quote unquote spiritual, or rather, we'd say aware of who they are and what they are. But many healers, shamanic practitioners, doctors of medicine, in the more traditional sense, already practice such arts, such forms of healing. And so, where science, as you call it, meets the fullness of you, is yet to come. But it shall come. It is already happening, unfolding, and changing. And so when doctors and scientists start to see the greater perspectives, the holistic and full systems, there will be so much more that they will begin to understand and begin to do.
As you were speaking, I was thinking that if it's true that the individual has to understand, accept, and realize that it's an expression of himself, that would kind of rule out instantaneous healings. Somebody else wouldn't really be able to heal you without at least consulting with you and working with you to heal yourself. How about all of the healings Jesus did? He would heal the blind, raise people from the dead with just a word or a touch. How did that occur without consulting the person and working with him to heal himself?
Nothing is done or attributed without the permission of the person involved. That is an experience they wished to experience. The instantaneous healing. That is an experience they were aligned to experience. So the question would be, why am I not aligned to the instantaneous healing experience, and not is it possible or not? It is all possible, and it is all a divine and rightful experience for everyone to have, the one of their choosing, the free will. And there is no negating of free will. When someone, for instance, like an ascended master, shares their gifts, shares their full expression, because that's all it is. You are all capable, you are all ascended masters. You are just awakening and aligning to it. And so as one does, something shifts in your DNA. You start to express more the fullness and the entirety of you and all that which comes with that.
We now have a question from Kim, who's unable to be here, so I'm going to read her question. How can I experience more beauty in this dance? I am tired.
How can I experience more things that make me feel happy and light when I feel drained and tired? We paraphrase. The simple question is, what makes you feel happy and light? And why do you feel drained and tired? So when embarking on this question of the internal, this question of the why, the roots, one can start to understand and bring forth greater awareness, greater understanding of one's current state of being. And the use of the word dance is so eloquently put, because sometimes the stagnancy of all the contrasting emotions that we put inside our bodies without looking within and allowing does exactly that. It exhausts the system. It drains the being. And so the only way to overcome said exhaustion is to allow the exhaustion, is to feel the exhaustion, is to let the body replenish. And negating and fighting the body and saying to it, you should not be tired right now. You should not be this right now. You should not, you should not, you should not, is a perpetuated belief of rejection. And so you reject the exhaustion itself, once again putting more energetic heaviness and density in the same place you are looking to alleviate.
Is depression and anxiety always a spiritual disease? Can it always be resolved through understanding, awakening?
What is a spiritual disease? What is a physical disease? These barriers, these lines, these categories that humans love to partake in are simply barriers in the whole truth. It is an integrated and connected system. And so a spiritual disease manifests into the physical. The cause of depression, the cause of anxiety, is all very much similar. The expression can be different. The symptoms may differ. The chemical expressions within your DNA might differ, but the cause still very much all in line and the same. It is put there by yourself. It is suppressed by yourself. We do not say this in a way to spark frustration or trigger within you disempowerment, but rather empower you with the understanding that you are creating it and therefore you can change it. And that creation can be there for a reason. But should that reason be realized? Should that experience be experienced? Why the dragging on? Why the prolonging of the depression, the anxiety? Good question. The dragging on is caused by the rejection of the experience. It is caused by the continuation of placing that resistance within you, of putting that energy there. And so when you decide to look within and ask, why do I feel this way? Perhaps you'll realize something small. And then when you ask again, why? And then why? You get further and further into an understanding of the root, into an understanding that it was put there, into an understanding that you can change it by simply feeling it, allowing it, moving through it, and then letting it go, so that you can move toward, or rather awaken within you, the vibration with which you wish to express, with which you wish to exude. And so if this is the last question, we say, how about we give you some practical application on how to do so. So when you're all ready, take a breath in through the lungs of your body and out. And focus your attention upon this body of yours. Feel the sensations of your skin, of your feet resting upon the earth, of your backside resting upon the surface that it is sitting upon. And focus your awareness and your attention to your stomach area. Feel the stomach area. Feel how it's connected to the chest. Now focus in on your navel point. Move through your belly button, feeling yourself expand into your own body as if you were a cell of your stomach area. And expand greater and greater as the connected pathways that there are through your chest. And feel this connection between your stomach area and your chest. And you may feel some tightness, some tension, some excess expressions. Lean into it, feel it, focus in on it, move toward it. Feel your back, feel your front, feel the sides. Allow yourself to expand into the space. The space through which you came. The space through which you expressed into the physical. Feel that tension, feel that disconnection, and allow it to ease. We will help you. It may feel uncomfortable at first. It may feel strange. Just lean into it if you wish us to help you. If not, that is also okay. Lean into the feeling, and if you like, we will assist it. Something you need us not to do, but just allow within yourself at any time. Feel all that energy there and let it subside and wash. Let it disconnect from the chest center and only reside in the stomach now, and let it unfold and wash down through your limbs and into your feet, into the earth. Let it transmute. The earth consciousness is there, a second density vibration for you to utilize. You are a part of it. Let it help you vibrate, resonate, and align to a grounded frequency. Feel that expansion in you. Feel that stomach area. Feel the safety envelop you. This is your sacred space. The space you put emotions in, wanted or unwanted. So just spend some time in coming back to the space so that you may transmute all that which you don't want, so that you can also intertwine and get familiar again with your organic intelligence, intertwined with your emotional guidance system, intertwined with your chemical nature and your spirit expressed. It is all connected. And you are the master of it all. Whether you come here or not, whether you are driving or not, unconsciously or fully aware, you are the master. So remember this space, remember your comfort, and come here often. Eventually, it is done in autopilot. A new rewiring, a new system set, a new software, if you will, recoded for a new consciousness, for a new time, for a new earth cycle. one which is not so much a cycle anymore, one which is but an expression of all of you, an expression of your light. And through that we wish to conclude, but only for now, our beautiful interaction with all of you, those physically presential in your experience, and those who are not. Much love and light. We celebrate you, loved ones. Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did, as always. I'm just going to let that energy sit with us for a moment. Hey, if you're still watching this, it's no coincidence. Perhaps you found your soul family. Join us for our next event. The link is in the description down below. And share your thoughts in the comment section. I'd love to connect with you. Love and light.